Welcome, everyone.
Blite Nation, BTS Army, what is good?
Ian and Vito are back again with another black and white reaction for you guys.
So,
we got the winner of the poll.
The Rise of Bangtan, Chapter 3, House of Cards.
And Ian made a mistake with the poll because this wasn't supposed to be on the poll.
This wasn't supposed to be Ian. I'm only human, guys.
Mistakes happen.
I'm only human.
Because we knew that this was going to win.
Yeah, we did.
We wanted to do a song, but Ian put this on the poll.
On the next poll, you probably won't have
documentaries. It's going to be all music.
It's just going to be music, yeah. I'll have to work our way around that. But
it's all good. It's all good, guys.
But yeah, so
you're getting chapter 3 now.
Yeah, we're getting chapter 3 today.
I'm sure you guys are okay with that.
Yep. So should we get right into it?
I think we should just get right into this.
Let's hit it.
Ian, hit that play button. Let's get it rolling. Okay.
대박! 대박! 2013년 8월.
I think we forgot to put the caption on. Yep.
Yeah, we did.
That's
all right.
Yep.
It's okay.
It's in English. Yep. All right.
Let's go from there. It's just him saying hi. It's the start of the log.
Yep.
25일.
It's gonna.
Yeah, turn it down.
왜 웃어요? 아따 톤 한 단계 업그레이드 됐고 안경을 처음으로 벗고 로그를 찍는다. 이야 신기하네. 아무튼 나는 여태 방금 전까지 이제 앨범 작업이 드디어 끝났어.
He must have been excited wrapping up the first album. You know how much work goes. Well, you know how much work goes into an album.
It's exciting. It's exciting when it's finally done. You wrapped it up and you just want to get it out to the people.
That's got to be one of the greatest feelings that they had. They actually had the final touches on it. They knew what they wanted. Everybody's in agreement that they accept what they's on the album, and everyone just can't wait to see what everyone's reaction to what they put together is.
True.
So I can only imagine how excited he is right here talking to his fans. Because he had just finished wrapping up the first album.
That's a proud moment.
랩몬스터라는 이름을 정말 바보가 지은 게 아니라는 걸 증명해드리고 싶다. 오케이? 좋아.
Yeah. And I like that.
Writing's not that easy.
That's y'all killing us, YouTube. Y'all killing
this
us.
This sentence is grammatically.
But I like that. He wants to live up to the name that he gave himself.
Yep.
I'm calling myself a rap monster. I want to prove that I'm a rap monster.
He's setting the standards for himself.
Not just set myself as a label. You know, how many people take the stupid name just to have a name, but they can't live up to it?
True. True. Your name, like, it's part of showing who you are as an artist.
It's not just a selling point.
No.
It shouldn't just be, hey, this is easy to sell and market.
No.
The ones that actually you can, like, perfect example, we always go back to him, Eminem.
Yeah, you gotta have.
It's a piece of him.
You gotta have, like, it's gotta show who you are. So that's important.
So I like how RM said
people remember names.
They do.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. Jimmy. B. Jungkook. Jin. RM. J-Hope. Okay.
안녕하세요. VJ 방탄특공대 MC 진입니다. 2013년 가요계의 혜성같이 등장한 방탄소년단. 훈훈한 외모와 넘치는 카리스마로 많은 분들의 사랑을 받았는데요. 함께 보실까요? 좋은 게 좋네. 안녕하세요. 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 출근 소감을 얘기해 주실래요?
Really? So any album that comes out after the first one's called a comeback?
Yeah, it's because like even if whether you're independent or if you're on a major label, your date like how should I explain it? So for example, when rappers like rap artists who are on their come up, say if you put out 5 mixtapes and you put them out in a steady in a consistent time period within like 5 years, so every year you put out a mixtape, then they say, oh, your album. They don't consider your debut start in the industry until you have an album.
Really?
So your 5 mixtapes really don't mean shit in the charts.
Okay. The album is the only thing that hits the chart.
Exactly. Now, sometimes mixtapes can hit the charts, but it's not considered like your debut, which I think is freaking stupid.
That's annoying.
I think your first project, that's your debut to the industry.
Exactly. That should be.
I think it's stupid
because that should be your introduction into it.
Exactly.
Like I get how it works, I guess, but that's just
like some rappers, their mixtapes do better than their albums.
Yeah.
It happens. So I don't know why.
Because again, some of the best music that people write are on the come up.
Exactly.
When they're hungry
exactly.
for it.
Your hunger when you're showing your hunger, you give your best quality. Then you can tell when an artist is comfortable.
It's you have the complacent. I'm not saying we got this from BTS.
No,
I'm not saying BTS gets complacent songs yet. They're still hungry. You're going for that.
Yeah.
But you can tell when you get an artist that's complacent and they're just putting out music to put out music.
And it doesn't just people think it only happens to rap. It happens in every freaking genre.
Every genre that happens.
Once artists, you can tell when an artist no longer has the hunger in them.
Yeah.
And that's when I think it's time for an artist to say either it's the label that's an issue or you're just not inspired by anything.
And that might be when it's time to be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you're just doing it for when you just start doing it for the money.
Yeah.
And everything else, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
You're not having fun with it no more. The fans can tell.
And then sometimes, which is weird, is like some people's first debut albums aren't the best, but their sophomore album is what puts them on the freaking map. That's what happened to J. Cole.
Yeah.
He didn't really get big until 2014 Forest Hills Drive came out. He had good, like Born Sinner was a great album.
He had good music.
He did. He had great mixtapes, but when 2014 Forest Hills came out, people were like, damn, Cole's not playing around anymore.
Right.
So...
But so it can show, like again, you show your growth. But
exactly.
whole comeback, it shows you're a comeback for your second album.
Yeah,
I don't.
Because most people think you can't outdo your first album.
Yeah, you can.
Which a lot of artists actually.
A lot of people do.
They do. Now some have bad luck, and they don't.
And
they
just don't do as well as their first album.
Exactly. Some don't.
They just can't live up to what that was.
Exactly. It happens. It depends on the quality of the work.
That's why there's layers to this.
Exactly.
That's why there's different levels to where people are at. And some people can't get to another level. They just don't have the capability.
That's why I say don't set the bar too high on your first album.
Yeah. That's why you have to live in the moment and take it each step at a time. Don't be like, this is where I'm going to be in 10 years musically. This is where I'm going to be. If you think that is where you can strive to be, that can be your ultimate goal. There's no problem having an ultimate goal that you want to be.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But don't think that's where you're going to be tomorrow. Don't make that your big. Don't make that your first goal.
It's kind of like
ultimate goal.
It's kind of like playing cards. If you know a song is a fire hit, sometimes you got to hold back on the song.
Yep.
Until it's the right time. It's like playing poker. You don't want to show your whole hand right then and there.
And sometimes you do need to make a move.
Sometimes you do. It depends.
You got to be able to read the market, really.
Yep.
Essentially, you got to read what's going on.
Timing is important in the industry. It is.
Because you could have the best song, but you missed times when it went out.
Exactly.
And you put it in the wrong moment.
Yep.
Not enough people are going to get ears on it.
True.
Eyes on it, ears on it, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Regardless of the amount of time. So if they put an album out and did put one out the next day, it's called a comeback?
I get by this definition.
Any following
to me, release, I would say
it's not even saying the next thing. It's any following release by that album. by that artist. So they put out a song that's called The Comeback?
I would change that definition. I would change that.
안녕하세요.
Me and Sugar.
혹시 오늘 초이시라고요?
계속 연습.
That's definitely Sugar and V.
Return to the classics.
네, 아무래도 떨려가지고 긴장도 떨려서 어떨까기도 하고.
저희가 이번에 All You Late To라는 앨범으로 저희가 또 타이틀곡 N어라는 노래로 컴백을 했는데요.
So it's like the comeback tour because it's your second tour.
Yeah. It's to see, can you outdo your first tour?
And well, BTS obviously did.
Yeah.
every time they go out, they're beating their last one.
True.
So they're living proof that you can do better than your first. And hell, maybe we haven't even heard the best of BTS yet. And how
honestly,
scary is that for everything that they've accomplished?
We don't know what they got in their vault.
That's
you don't know what they have in their vault.
That's the scary thing with BTS.
Yeah. You don't know what dance moves they got up in the vault.
You don't know what they haven't shown, and they've shown a lot.
Yeah, exactly. They're very.
But even people even artists that are this transparent, they got a vault.
Yeah.
Every artist has a vault. Every artist has that music that nobody's seen. Everyone does. So and that's scary to think that BTS could have some stuff that could outdo everything they've already put out. And they're just waiting on it to put it out at the right time because they're masters at timing this stuff. I've seen that already.
Oh yeah.
컴백을 했습니다. 저희 N어 한번 들어보시고 죄송합니다. 다시 할게요.
오늘 정말 쟁쟁하신 분들이 많이 계셔서 걱정하네요. 굉장히 긴장이 됩니다.
원래 대기실을 딱 갔는데
통통이요.
신인 대기실이 텅텅 비었더라고요.
우리가 그렇게 되나요?
그렇죠. 저희도 언젠가.
Damn.
So that's how groups could fall apart with this. If they can't keep generating the flow,
yeah.
That's how the disbandment happens.
Damn.
So you got to keep it going as long as it can until the fun stops. So your group is only, again, I guess you're only as good as the revenue you're bringing in.
Yeah. Shit.
So that's kind of sad.
Yeah,
because
tough.
You could have some great music, but if you're not getting the views or the generation,
yeah.
if you're not having the right team marketing it and getting it out there,
That's rough.
Your group could fail just because enough ears and eyes didn't get on it. And with the ultra competition that these people go through, it's just.
That's why it's like you're gonna fail if you're independent. There, you have to have a label.
You have to. It seems like you have exactly.
You have to have a label.
You have to get right on with something. You have to have the right people marketing you. You have to have the right people putting you in the right position to succeed.
That's tough. That's a lot of pressure. That's like literally you have to be perfect.
Dude, it's like being the top 1% athlete to get into the pros.
You have to be
It's like
perfect.
being part of that. You can't make mistakes and you got to bust your ass to get there.
자, 리허설 3, 2.
솔직히 매우 긴장된다. 첫 번째 앨범 때보다 더 멋있는 모습을 보여드려야 된다고 생각되기도 하니까 이게 좀 약간은 부담감 느끼도 하는 것 같고 조금 더 준비를 하고 나가고 싶다는 생각도 조금 있고
네, 목이 타면서 깜빡고요. 잠시 공간입니다.
둘, 셋, 컷! 자, 감사합니다. 열심히 하겠습니다.
모형부터 보니까 어때요? 잘 된 것 같아요?
지금 제 표정이 너무 안 좋구나. 그래서 표정에 신경 쓰겠습니다.
어떻게요? 더 파워풀하게?
거침없이 색지하는 소년들 방탄소년단입니다. 에노
힙합 아이돌
방탄소년단이 더 강력해진 모습으로 돌아왔습니다. 강렬한 퍼포먼스와 보다 강력해진 카리스마로 돌아온 기대주 방탄소년단 여러분들 모셨습니다. 데뷔한 지 4개월 만에 정말 엄청나게 팬덤이 생겼어요.
NO is kind of an abbreviation of no offense. 과연 사람들에게 행복한가? 더 듣기 전에 행복을 찾아라. 이렇게 묻고 있는 그런 앨범이고요.
I like that. Because you do need to find happiness before it's too late. To make an album around that kind of concept, that's awesome.
Happiness is essential, man. You gotta. If you're not happy, it's just gonna feel like time is ticking on.
Time drags when you're miserable.
It does.
Or if you're in a bad place, it just seems like each and every minute that passes takes 10 times longer. It seems like every minute's an hour.
Yeah.
But dude, so far we're just seeing how much work that these guys are putting in.
The grind never stops, man.
No. But they always feel like they have to outdo themselves. And when you have a group like this that continually feels that they have to outdo what they just did, good luck stopping them. Good luck dethroning a group like this.
You can just tell like the hunger's always there, which I respect a lot.
They constantly don't feel like they did their best. They feel like that they made a mistake, the slightest thing, when they put on a fantastic show, and they feel like it wasn't good enough. When you feel like what you just did wasn't good enough, and everybody out there is cheering you on like you just did something great, dude, that's a tough place to be.
That is mentally that's tough.
Because you want to be better. That's just driving you to be better. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be better, but sometimes you do need to sit back and be like, I did all right today.
Yeah.
They're happy.
You gotta.
I can be better. Sometimes you do
moment
need,
at a time.
Exactly. Sometimes you do need to take pride in what you have accomplished.
I agree.
Don't get complacent,
No.
but you can be prideful for what you just did. And then move on to the next thing. You don't want to dwell on what you just did, because you don't live on your accomplishments. You do the next accomplishment. Too many people live on what they've already accomplished.
True.
BTS, all I've ever heard from them is what they're going to do. They know what they've done. Everything that I've seen with them, it's all about their next thing. The next thing that they can provide for their fans. The next show that they want to do.
The improvements they can make.
When you have stars like that aren't dwelling on something that they've already done or a hit that they've already did, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're constantly pushing themselves to do the next big thing. For us, it's Eminem. Like, he does stuff like that. He's always he's never satisfied with what he did. He said it in his song. Every time he's felt like he hit the ceiling, he smashes it and goes even higher.
Yep. I love that song.
BTS is in that same type of mold to me. They're always
breaking records.
Right.
Moving on up.
Every single time they think they've probably hit their ceiling, they smash right through it. And they're like,
the haters wrong.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Don't worry, guys. We probably will go back and actually do a reaction to this song.
Yeah.
Because I liked it. It's been too long since we actually listened to their music.
Yeah.
I do like their music. There's a lot of good music, and not just their rap. Just from the couple songs
I love
from their vocals.
The vocal control that the vocalists have.
So don't worry, guys. We are going to be getting back into their music. We're not just going to be doing their documentaries, but I love learning about them.
Even though y'all love both.
So it is a lot of fun learning about them. It really is.
In Korea, the university you attend is regarded by the society as one of the most important factors for determining your success in life. The college scholastic ability test, also called sunim, is
You're killing us, YouTube.
Claire's bridal.
is the test that dictates which university students would attend. Students literally spend their whole lives preparing for this test.
저 때도 그랬고 지금도 그렇고 우리 학생들은 공부밖에 할 줄 몰라요.
These students study hard. On average, they'll do 15 hours a day.
Damn.
When school ends at 4 o'clock, it's not time to go home. The next shift starts. and most will go on to cram schools. For those
That's
who
too
don't
much.
succeed,
That's too much. See,
That's a lot
you're
of
overstimulating that brain. 15 hours.
Yeah, you're really smart.
What are you really like? But like, what are you really taking in? You're studying for 15 hours. How much of that shit you're gonna remember?
A lot of, dude. That's why do you think that stereotype comes from? Oh, you're Asian. You must be really good at math. You know what I mean?
Like, man, I could not study for 15 hours a day. I wouldn't retain anything.
Mm-hmm.
I can do a couple hours a day. I could not do. No, I wouldn't retain anything.
Oh.
Because there's some.
I don't think I could do it.
There's a level of just if you read the same like reading, you're gonna forget what you read. If you're because you're overstimulating
you're
too
also
much.
You're talking about a culture where they're used to always being in school. They're always studying. They spend they even said it. From the time till they go to school till they take that test, that's all they're doing is studying for this test.
Well, to me, it doesn't sound like they're learning. It's their memory.
Right.
They're testing their memory.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
All you're doing is it's the same thing reason in America here. When you're testing kids for the same test.
Yeah, standardized testing is dumb.
When you're pushing everybody, you want this. That's pushing one ideology into one direction.
Yeah, you're not really learning anything.
And don't get me wrong, school is very important to put you where you're going to get in life.
It is.
But I don't know. I've never liked standardized tests because it forces every person to learn the exact same way, and everybody doesn't learn the exact same way.
No, they don't. Some people learn things faster than others.
Quite honestly, some of the smartest people that I know that can get things done, that can process things and figure out how to get things done, never finish high school. Schoolwork wasn't done, but you put them in an environment where they got to get something built and put it together. You put them in a business. I've known businessmen that didn't go to college to get their business degree. Yeah, they learned it just by working around where their family was. They started at the bottom and worked their way through it to become the owner or the leader of what they were doing. That's why this right here, I couldn't do it.
I mean, I just couldn't.
And imagine you do all that studying and you fail.
And
or you, God forbid, you get a point lower than what you expected yourself. The amount of crushing disappointment that and the suicide rate in Korea, dude. This can't be helping.
Some of the best things you learn in life aren't even academics.
Exactly.
Like they're really not. Like that's just too much.
And unfortunately, you need that piece of paper to say that you're smart. Again, that's some of the smartest people I know don't have any of that paperwork to back up that they know what they're doing.
That's the same thing over here in America. People think if you go to college, you're smart. Mm-hmm. There's some dumbass kids in college. Trust me.
Oh God.
There's college doesn't make you more intelligent. Everything is literally how much you apply yourself.
But the sad part is over there, it's all their life. It's school.
That sucks.
That's school.
That to me, honestly, like
that does.
That sucks. That's not even a life. If you're 14 and you're studying 15, you don't even have a childhood.
No, all you're doing is studying.
Yeah, you're just reading a book 15 hours a day.
You're spending your entire childhood getting ready for adulthood.
Yeah, like you don't even let kids be freaking kids, man.
Yes, you do need to get ready for adulthood, but shouldn't that start after you've actually had some kind of childhood?
You don't have to have all the answers to life of what you want to do at 16. That's freaking ridiculous.
But you better have it by 18.
Get it right now. That's crazy though.
That's rough. Cram schools.
And most will go on to cram schools. For those who don't succeed, there's a tragic cost.
South Korea has exceptionally high suicide rate. Suicide is the fourth most common cause of death in South Korea. In the age range of 10 to 19 years old, South Korea has the highest suicide rate in the world.
Mental health. See that right there, when you're forcing kids that they have to get to this standard, as soon as they don't reach it, they think their life is over. And that's...
Oh, trust me, what it says right here, mental health is a joke here in Korea. Trust me, in America, a lot of people, I'm not saying it's as bad, but there's a lot of people who think mental health is funny here in America. It's not freaking funny. It's not. The shit's real.
Just people don't understand.
Yeah,
people like to laugh at what they don't understand, though.
It's like when people when people say, "Oh, like if a celebrity committed suicide," people say, "Oh, well, they were rich and had everything. Why did they commit?" You don't know what they're going home to at the end of the day. Just because you got money don't make you happy.
I always point to Robin Williams.
Like, look, exactly.
He was so miserable that the only time he ever felt any happiness is when he was making somebody else laugh. That's why he spent his life making people laugh, because he couldn't find any happiness.
Look at Chester Bennington. Everyone loved Linkin Park. Look at Chester Bennington.
Yeah.
I think Avicii committed suicide.
I think so.
I think he did.
Mm-hmm. It's
money don't...
Dude, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
I mean, going back. I mean...
Personally, I think the reason why Kurt Cobain did, he just couldn't take the shit anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's personally he couldn't take the industry and the fame anymore. He just couldn't take it. I could be wrong. I don't know know the personal history, but I can understand how that could put a lot of pressure on someone's mind.
But that still goes back to that type of pressure.
Exactly.
But when you're putting, especially kids, and telling them that if you don't pass this, your life is over, what do you think's going to happen when they fail? They're going to go end their life.
Damn, 10 to 19 years old, South Korea has the highest suicide rate in the world.
And that's sad. That is sad. 10 to 19, man.
You got 12-year-olds doing this shit because they ain't getting A's.
Mm-hmm. They get a B, and they think
that they're just... It's because adults put that pressure, like, oh, you get a B,
be the best.
You're worthless to me if you get... That ain't cool.
And yes, you should strive to be the best.
You should.
The best that you can be.
A B+ don't make you dumb.
Guess
honestly, don't make you dumb.
Some people just aren't good in school. They just aren't meant for the school structure. But you put them in construction, or you put them in a kitchen.
Yeah.
And you watch them go to work.
And they can cook up some good ass food, make some good ass buildings and shit. And everybody don't need to be a freaking mathematician.
There's different skills. You got to find what is yours.
Damn.
But you force everybody to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And again, I'm not trying to talk down on the culture.
No.
It's just,
that's your. I get it. That's your culture, but that's just. That's sad though. That's 10 to 19, and it's the high. Shit.
And yeah, Americans don't have this. We probably don't have the smartest kids over here. We really don't. I'm not going to sit here and say we could compare. Most of these 10-year-olds are probably smarter than our high school kids.
We're like ranked 47 in world education.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Their 10-year-olds are probably smarter than our high school kids.
It's just because America doesn't prioritize education like it used to.
It should.
It should. It just doesn't. We prioritize money over education.
But again, though, the problem is when they prioritize education, it goes back to the standardized test.
Yeah.
To really get the money.
They think standardized testing is the best way.
Because it's hard to teach kids individually based off of their own needs.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yep.
But that's why school choice should be a thing, and not forcing people to all go to a certain school. You should let people be able to choose to go to different schools that would fit their own thing here. But that's another argument.
That's a whole other thing.
For another thing.
That's sad.
That is sad.
19 years old, South Korea has the highest suicide rate in the world.
Mental health is a joke here in Korea.
There's a lack of counseling for kids in South Korea.
That's a big problem.
When I was in college, I had to do a project on I think it was it China or was it? I think it was Japan. I think I think it was in the country of Japan. It's actually not to sound discriminatory at all. It's actually in a lot of like traditional Asian cultures. Mm-hmm. They see mental health. They don't think it exists. They see it as like they see it as a broken character, as if like if you're struggling, you're just not trying hard enough.
Right.
So they don't believe in mental health at all. They think depression is false. Mm-hmm. It doesn't exist.
Well, that's honestly how a lot of people see it as like a weakness.
Yeah, and that's why people don't go looking for help, because they're afraid of looking broken to everybody else,
or they're afraid of the sideways looks that they get.
Exactly. That's just sad, bro.
And again, I'm not one to sit here and say everybody needs their safe zone. No, I can't stand the stupid safe zones that are in schools. That's not what I'm talking about. But there should be, if somebody needs something to talk about, sometimes kids need to go talk to somebody.
Kids shouldn't be afraid if they're struggling. Kids shouldn't be afraid to say that they're struggling.
Yeah.
Like that's
and they shouldn't be afraid they're going to get reprimanded if they do say that they're
exactly. There's sometimes you need help in life. Sometimes it happens.
You can't be perfect 100% of the time.
You can't. No.
You can try to be the best person you can be at all times, but even then, you're not going to.
You're gonna have lows in life. You're gonna have it.
That's just life.
Exactly.
There's highs in life. There's lows.
Yep.
All you can do is try to limit the lows and try to get to as many highs as you can.
The lows just hurt more. That's why it seems like they occur more often.
Because they stay with you longer.
Exactly.
The highs you get through quicker.
Yeah.
Tragically, some see suicide as the only option.
See, I like that they made a song about that, about going against the whole everybody needs to be the same. Gotta be, everyone has to learn this now. And they were I like how they pretty much was like, no. I can't wait to see what the song, that looks cool. We got to get into that song and do it, dude.
Yeah.
But it seems like that they were going against that whole everybody needs to be in this school structure. That's
Don't be trapped in someone else's dream. Yep.
That's just what I see as a standardized test. A standardized test is somebody else's image of what a person should be.
You're looking for validation from other people.
That's exactly.
Stop living your life looking for validation from other people.
Yeah. You need to be able to value yourself.
Yeah. Because not everybody going to like you.
Exactly. No matter what you do, you're going to make people happy. But for every person you make happy, there's going to be someone mad at you.
Yeah. Everybody isn't going to like and love you. You got to stop.
Unfortunately, you're not going to make everybody happy.
Yep.
For the trillions of fans that BTS has, how many people hate them?
It's just and it's just the reality of it. You can't make everyone happy.
All you can do is appreciate the people that you do make happy and do things for the ones that you do make happy and ignore the haters, even though the haters are some of the loudest. Some of the things that appear to be the loudest are the ones that go talk down to you. The ones that sting the most are the ones that pick at you. Sometimes the nice comments are the ones that you go through. They make you feel good, but you go through because you see the ones that dig right through all that.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is, one bad comment on anything can ruin 100 good comments. For some people, they let it.
That's why I just say, don't live in the comment section.
We've had to learn not to go into that.
We see it. It's just
of course we see all
it's just like, okay, you took the time to type out all that.
Even though we might say something in the beginning of a video here and there to address it, we're usually just because we're laughing at them.
Yeah.
But so I like that. I can't wait to do that song. We got to do that song.
I see why this chapter is called House of Cards now.
Because they're at the point where it can either be built or it could be fall right down.
Yep.
So it's a good title. Only 7 minutes in.
So much in this one.
한국은 주변 사람들이 열심히 하니까 자기도 옆에 사람만큼 열심히 해야겠다 이런 생각이 많이 드는 것 같아요.
친구들한테는 괜찮다, 이겨낼 수 있다고 하는데 미치겠습니다. 돌아버릴 것 같아요.
솔직히 말해서 저는 사실일까? 허상은 아닐까? 우리가 허상을 만들어 놓고 그냥 거기에 달.
And that's the type of thinking you force kids into when you put them on one singular path and you don't have any other option. You either do this or you're failing in life. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's just not. Don't say that to kids, man. Don't say that to kids.
You say that to kids, and then you spin around and you wonder, why is our suicide rate so high? If you can't figure that out, it's...
Kids take to heart what you say, man.
They do. When you tell a kid that they're never going to amount to anything and they're terrible,
they're gonna, trust me, they're gonna remember it. 10 years from that age, they'll remember it.
Everybody say no.
오늘 축하할 일이 한 가지 더 있습니다, 여러분. 자, 무엇일까요?
제 생일입니다.
람버스 생일!
생일 축하합니다. 사랑하는 내 모녀 생일 축하합니다. 무릎 끄세요. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 저희 소원은 신인상을 꼭 탔으면 좋겠습니다. 신인상 꼭 탔으면 좋겠고요. 홍보 좀 해주세요.
땡발 얘기하세요. 땡발.
드디어 첫 소원을 했어요.
컴백. 저희가 컴백으로 돌아왔죠.
이제 진짜 이제 컴백을 했는데 뭔가 요번 앨범에서 정말.
So I guess technically they're gonna every album you put out from then is always called a comeback.
Yeah, to see if you can come back and
Yeah,
I get it.
I just don't like the wording. I guess I just don't like the.
It's the concept.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, it's
before the comments get going on us down there. I know.
It's the concept of it.
더 한번 빵 터뜨려서 그렇죠. 이제 본격적으로 방탄소년단을 알릴 수 있었으면 참 좋겠다.
그렇죠. 긴장을 너무 많이 해서 조금 실수를 했었다.
조금 아니다. 비가 많이 질렀다.
아니다.
아니다. 이제 좀 이렇게
I still get J-Hope and Jin confused.
그래 좀 부러웠지.
그리고 처음 녹화 때는 정말 팬분들
I can definitely tell. I think I got V, I got RM, and Sugar Down.
많은 응원을 해주셔서 정말
일단 음원도 안 나왔는데
음원도 공개가 안 됐는데
사운 오프를 할 때 갑자기
Everybody say no 하는데 다
노를 외치니까
노를 외치니까 신기했어. 열심히 합시다.
그렇습니다.
열심히 하겠다. 그래 제이오
V의
로그
끝.
The scene no more. We are getting.
9월 20일이 무슨 날인 줄 아시나요?
추석입니다.
추석인가요? 네, 추석입니다. 추석이죠. 추석이 아니기도 하고요.
언제예요?
네, 9월 20일.
제 생일 후 정확히 8일이 지났죠.
아,
100일?
에이, 설마 100일은 정말 어색한 리액션 정말 감사하고요. 죄송합니다. 저희 방탄소년단이 데뷔한 지 100일이 된 날입니다.
Given the number of idol groups which debut every year, the amount that pass, even 100 days. Wow.
Damn. 100 days is like, sheesh. 100 days, that's a lot of days, man.
Yeah.
But that's low. Damn.
저희가 이제 데뷔한 지 정확하게 100일이 됐는데.
So some of them don't even make it to 100 days together. They debut, they see what the numbers are.
Then they got to split.
Yeah.
Damn. That's rough, man. That's real rough.
So to make it to what, 8 years?
That's like legendary stat.
Well, they've already become legendary.
That's
you
like
know what
legendary.
I mean? So to make it through your first year in K-pop, just not even to get through to the first year as one group, you're beating most of the odds. Wow.
Damn.
Oh yeah, definitely why it's House of Cards.
True.
So in your first 100 days, it's either you're gonna fall apart or we're gonna see how we're gonna go.
인데요. Yes. 그 100일 동안 항상 옆에서 함께 해주신 아미 분들이 있어서 저희가 존재하는 게 아닌가.
그렇죠.
너무너무 감사드리고요. 앞으로 100일, 1000일, 만일, 10만일 동안
10만일
함께해요.
하지만 방탄소년단이 진격한다면 어떨까?
So they actually have a song, Rise of Bangtan. I like that. If you're not confident, drop the bat.
Hey,
I have to say they hit my home run in the first. But again, these guys, you have to be super confident to be able to even make it in the music industry at all, let alone K-pop.
You gotta believe in your craft.
If you don't believe in yourself,
no one else is gonna believe in you.
Exactly. You have to be able to believe in yourself and be 100% confident in what your ability to be able to do anything, let alone your group's ability. If you're not confident in yourself, how are you gonna be confident in the guy next to you?
True. Preach.
The only way you can be confident anybody else around you is you have to be confident 100% in your own skin.
Yep. Preach.
To be able to trust that the guy next to him can do his. Because if you're not confident that you are, how do you know that he can be confident about himself? And if you both aren't confident that you guys can complete, that's how you fall apart.
Yep. Preach.
So, I understand that.
찍으시면 안 되는데? 찍으시면 안 돼. 솔직히 눈먼 형보다 춤 못 춘 거 아니야?
최근에 정말 그 생각을 많이 하는데 사람이 왜 사고가 다칠까요?
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
네?
하고 싶은 게 뭐예요?
저는 언더그라운드와 메이저의 가교가 되고 싶다고 이야기했었어요. 그 이유가 저도 대구에서 음악을 할 때 굉장히 힘들었었고 매일 저녁 굶고 장기 하나 사려고 다 그래요. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었어요. 그걸 바꾸고 싶었다. 뭘로? 제가 당시요 본인이 아이돌 해가지고 그걸 바꿀 수 있다고 생각했어요?
The way we refer to stars singing on the stage or dancing on the stage in Korean is that
I think that was the interview where they were ragging on him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That little segment did look familiar.
Yeah. And you could tell you could feel the tension between
yeah,
Arm's
you can
answers.
feel the tension building up.
Why? Of course, they'd want to be able to find a way to show that the underbeat when you're doing music on underground to get you into the mainstream.
Yeah.
It is a fight underground to get your name out.
It is.
Of course, RM would want to be able to show how to get out to that. Why? You're mad that they became an idol?
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
The fact that they got to and blend rap and K-pop together to be able to make an outstanding group, and people were mad at that. We saw that before, but I still can't understand.
I think it's more jealousy than
it is jealousy because they figured they did it first.
Yeah.
Or they figured out maybe they didn't do it first. I don't know all of the K-pop groups, so there might have been a mix of pop and rap before, but they did it better.
Yep.
Just they might have been jealous of the fact that they figured out how to mold it and appeal to a group of people from all genres. All age groups appeal to BTS. Their music, their messages, their performances. More and more people are migrating to see and listen and watch BTS. It doesn't matter what language their music is in. People want to come watch them.
These guys are dope, man. Just appreciate it.
But it's the fact that people do get jealous.
They do. Yep.
When other people have figured out how to do something that they couldn't do.
Yep.
Or something that failed before, and then they figured out how to make it work.
Jealousy's real, man.
Call them stars or artists. The common way we call them are idols, and we actually expect them to be this perfect idol that's always smiling, always very perfect, and don't have any mistakes in their personalities, or they always look pretty even without any makeup on. We expect someone to be like spotless.
우리나라 아이돌도 너무 잘하는데 노래를 못한다. 노래 잘하고요. 춤 세계에서 제일 잘 춘다고요. 근데 심지어 노래 잘하고 춤 잘 추는데 얼굴까지 예쁘고 몸매도 좋은데 연기도 되는 친구가 한 팀에 5명이면 5명이 다 그래.
아이돌이 무슨 뜻이에요? 우상이죠.
제가 아이돌은 사전적으로 우상인데 아이돌이라는 것은 우리나라에서는 이제 음악적인 것뿐만 아니라 산업적으로도 굉장히 복합적인 개념이잖아요. 그래서 어떤 사람들은 아이돌이라는 이 존재들이 힙합과 어떻게 어울릴 수 있냐. 힙합은 사실 또 어떻게 보면 좀 남성적이고 마초성이 좀 있는 문화이기도 하고. 방탄소년단
Again, he's mad at the fact how can hip hop and pop go together?
That's because when people say hip hop has somewhat of a manly culture, it's not about being macho. It's not about being dominant. It's just about being authentic in who you are.
It's honestly, it's the competition that hip hop brings.
Yeah, so
it's more about that. It's not about the persona.
Like if you're looking at hip hop, it's supposed to be this dominant, cool thing, this macho. You're straight up. You're not looking at the culture the right way.
No,
that's not what it was built for. It was built for everybody to come together to be able to express themselves without criticism and just be their authentic self. That's literally what hip hop was built for. It's a culture for everyone.
Yep.
Hip hop its purpose is not to discriminate on anything or anyone.
And hip hop was meant to be blended.
Yes, it was.
Because hip hop is a blend.
It's a blend.
That's what it is.
It's supposed to be blended. So,
that's the whole thing. And when it blends and melds so nicely with every genre, it doesn't matter what genre.
That's what I'm saying.
Freaking classical can go with hip hop.
Yeah.
You can do it. NF does it. NF has mixed classical music into his rap. You've seen the theatrical beats that he performs on. You've seen people put violins and put those types of music into it and rap over those beats. You've seen it. Is it hard?
Yeah.
Of course. It's not easy to blend. When you blend different genres, it's one of the hardest things to do. But when you do it properly and it sounds so good, that's why people love it. And that's why hip hop,
it's the most dominant genre in the entire world.
It's the most dominant, and why it is the largest, and why it is the father of all music genres.
Yes.
Because you think of any specific genre, hip hop can meld with it.
Yeah. Why do you think so many rock artists are doing more stuff with hip hop artists and more country and more pop artists? It's because you can mix it with anything.
Yep. Rock and country do go together. Rock and classical, you can't do it.
No. You can mix hip hop with any genre that exists, man.
You can't mix blues music and rock. You can mix blues and hip hop.
No one thought hip hop and techno could go together. It can.
Oh yes, it does.
It can.
Yes, it does.
There's plenty of rappers who can spit on techno beats.
There were so many. How many people thought that country music and hip hop couldn't go together? And that got flown, and that is melding so nicely.
Look what Nelly did.
Yep.
And that shit was very successful.
Eminem was one of the first ones to put pop artists on his songs, to meld that pop music and to show that pop and rock and hip hop can go together. So for someone to sit there and say that rappers and that they shouldn't be together on the same stage is just
you're just
stupid.
You're looking for there to be an issue instead of actually just creating.
To say that a hip hop artist should go get makeup on and do stuff and why?
Then don't watch movies. What do you think all actors do?
Exactly.
I hate that whole manly and moment. I hate that.
bothers me.
I hate that.
올라갔을 때, 또 이제 분장을 한다는 또 메이크업을 하는 거에 대한 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이
분장 그런 게 아니라 여장.
I hate that. I hate that. They're just no. I hate that.
Guess what? Their freaking vocal lines can out rap most rappers.
I hate when people say, "Oh, hip hop's supposed to be man." No, it's freaking. Then what's manly? Explain it. What's masculine?
What's manly?
Explain
how
it.
RM kept his composure in this interview.
Exactly.
How these guys kept their composure, worked their way through this interview, and got on a song and annihilated them.
Exactly.
They didn't get pissed off here and start attacking.
See, that's the one thing that makes me mad. Everybody wants to say like everybody always wants to have like a argument or a competition about what's more masculine, but no one can ever define what the hell masculinity really is. Mm-hmm. How are you going to argue about something, but no one can ever give you a clear definition of what it is? It's like, just let people express themselves in music. Mm-hmm. It's expressing.
Yeah.
That's all music is, just self-expression.
Calling them girls for getting up.
Shut the hell up with that shit.
이쁘다는 게 여자는
뭐 사실 그렇게 느끼신다면 뭐 그렇게 느끼실 수도 있을 것 같아요.
See, I liked how RM was like, "You want to feel that way? That's fine."
RM could have jumped across the table and beat his ass for it, honestly. But
I like how they said, "You want to feel that way? That's fine. We'll get on a track and show you what we can do."
We still getting money, like our fans.
It's not even about that though.
We're still making good. We have creative control.
We're making our fans happy.
Yeah.
They're enjoying it.
We're enjoying what we're doing. We're helping people around the world. So if you want to be negative, go be negative in the corner.
And not to mention, RM could have been like, "You want to get on a mic? I can out rap you any day of the week."
Exactly. He took the high ground in that discussion.
He took the high road. He walked out of there, got on a track, and annihilated him. So that was awesome. But that's what masculinity is right there.
Yeah.
Being able to be the bigger man in a situation.
Don't lower yourself to pettiness.
Exactly.
Don't lower yourself to that.
Being able to be above the situation, look down, and being able to realize that he's trying to bait him.
Nobody likes being around immaturity.
No. But RM handled himself perfectly.
He did. Perfect composure.
And that's what you do. You don't get into a verbal battle. You get on a track and you show them what you can do.
Exactly.
You let your music and your artistry do the
You have
talking.
a whole group of people who are vibing with you. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about the one idiot who doesn't like what you're doing.
No, you get on a track and you destroy them.
Exactly.
That's what you do.
Exactly.
And then you let all your fans enjoy you destroying the haters.
Exactly.
You don't need to get into a physical or a verbal confrontation back and forth. You let your music do the talking, which is what BTS did.
Yep.
Much respect for that. Much respect.
Ding dong.
That's Jimmy. Okay. J-Hope and Jimmy. Yeah.
Ding dong.
Yeah.
He let him sleep.
He really good, ding dong.
He's going over and how you saying?
Oh man, that's good.
I like how he saw RM and Sugar was sleeping.
Yeah.
He let Sugar sleep because you don't wake Sugar.
No, you don't. No,
you don't wake Sugar.
No, you don't go there.
잘 읽어볼까요? 최근에 편지를 많이 읽으면서 느낀 건데 편지에 항상 고맙고 미안하다는 말을 써주시는 분들이 많이 계신데
저도 그런 편지를 읽을 때마다 굉장히 가슴 뭉클해지고 고맙고 또 저도 미안해집니다. 감사합니다.
정말 내가 아티스트인지 아이돌인지 헷갈릴 때가 많다. 나 스스로는 아이돌의 형태를 띈 아티스트라고 생각을 많이 했었는데 사람들의 인식은 제각기 다른 거니까. 그리고 내가 앞으로 보여줄 아티스트적인 면모가 더 많다고 생각을 하고 정말 산 넘어 산이라는 말이 딱 맞는 게
See, I think when they first started out, they were idols. And now BTS is a bunch of artists they were a bunch of idols that became artists.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were artists individually. They came together, the group came together to become idols. And now they're at the point where they're, I guess, back into their artistry. Through the terminology. You see where I'm getting with that?
I see what you're going. All right.
I don't know if BTS, you guys might understand where I'm coming with that.
I'm following your path. Okay.
Because now they're all doing individual stuff.
Yeah.
They're doing their artistic stuff is coming. You see where I'm going with that?
They do their individual, then they can come together.
Right.
Okay. I see what you mean.
So they're idols that became artists, essentially. Even though, yes, so they were artists that came together to become idols to become artists again.
I see what you're saying. Once you just think about it, it makes sense.
So while you're going through it, though, I can understand why you would be confused.
Yeah.
Am I an artist or am I an idol, especially in that kind of environment? Now, I'm sure if BTS was standing on a stage in front of you, every single one of them will tell you we're artists.
Yes.
Yes, we're K-pop idols, but we're artists.
Yep. And then they're fans before anything.
Exactly.
And a true artist is a fan before anything.
Exactly. And they are. But that's just me. I could be completely wrong. You guys will come all over me if you want for that. But that's how I see it. They're idols that became artists.
Fair enough.
정말 데뷔하면 모든 게 다 잘 되고 뭔가 괜찮을 것 같았는데 정말 또 더 큰 세상을 보니까 더 큰 고민을 하게 되고.
Because as you get bigger, you got a bigger target on you.
Yep.
You got more people that just want to cut you off at the legs.
It's sad, man.
Because they're jealous of the fact, because they see where you're going. Especially at that stage. Because you're at that point now, they're at that point now where they're starting to separate themselves to see that they're going to be going. And that's starting to probably the people that can't get there, they got to try to find a way to get them down. They obviously couldn't because BTS got even bigger from this point forward. They got through that. But just fighting through that period.
That's rough.
Where one wrong decision would have been the end of everything.
복잡하고 정말 혼란스럽지만 이런 마음들을 좀 음악에 담아낼 수 있어야 그게 내 몫이라고 생각한다. 그걸 음악에 녹여내고 더 승화시켜서 더 진정성 있고 더 좋은 음악을 들려드리고 싶은 마음이다.
Yes. Because when you bring your feelings, your thoughts, and your insecurities into your music, you make better music. Because you're talking, because you know this.
Yeah.
Talking about stuff that you know and how you're feeling makes better music than trying to make something up.
Yeah. Don't lie in your music. People can easily tell.
Yeah, just look at 6ix9ine.
아무튼 요즘 그래도 열심히 잘하고 있으니까 랩몬스터 누나들이 힘냈으면 좋겠다. 잘하고 있다고 믿을 것이고 잘 해낼 것이다. 너무 많이 생각하지 말자.
That's a great philosophy when you're in the middle of it.
Overthinking ruins a lot of
If you feel like you're going to do well, you're going to do well. If you start to second guess every decision you make, you're going to second guess everything you're doing. You have to, again, that goes back into believing yourself. So I like how he put that. If I believe I'm doing well, I'm going to do well.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
그러시면 안 돼요. 그대로 하셔야 돼요. 그대로 읽을 겁니다. 그대로.
조명도 살짝 어둡게.
이거 뭐지? 인간극장 아닌데요?
사실 정말 믿기지가 않습니다. 춤이 너무 좋아 공부도 안 하고 새벽에 매일 나가 새벽 연습하고 고생한 끝에 서울로 올라갈 땐 그래도 그 누구보다 좋아하셨던 부모님, 저 아버지의 그 모습이
여러분은 모르시겠지만 연습생 때는 정말로 데뷔를 할 수 있을지도 몰랐습니다. 정말로 울기도 하고 지치기도 하면서 포기하고 싶다는 생각을 많이 했었습니다. 사실 예전은 즐겁다고 생각하는 점은 많이 없었던 것 같아요. 그리고 지금까지 열심히 활동하는 되게 작지만 되게 큰 목표가 있습니다. 정말 제 목소리로 여러분들의 마음을 받아들일 수 있는 그런 가수가 되고 싶고 또 정말 떳떳하게 자랑.
And I apologize, guys. I'm trying to get them to notice them differently. I'm working on trying to.
They look like they could be brothers though, straight up.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, all 7 of them look like they could be brothers if you're really looking quick.
Yep.
Not trying to put them all into the same group if everyone wants to go back to our first video, but nah, it's just it's hard to tell them apart.
Shoot, sometimes I can't even tell twins apart.
Yeah, that's really hard. Working on it though. I think I got about 3 of them down.
3.
I think I got 3 down.
Yo, 3 out of 7. You making your way, man. You making your way.
I definitely got V, Sugar, and RM down. Yo. I'm good.
자랑스럽게 부끄럽지 않게 나는 방탄소년단의 팬이다 라고 말할 수 있도록 정말 멋진 가수가 되겠다고 다짐했습니다. 참 이렇게 고마운 존재인데 저희에게 되려 미안하다고 할 때는 저는 마음이 참 아픕니다. 우리 서로 고마워하는 사이가 되었으면 좋겠어요.
저는 여러분을 실망시키는 일이 세상에서 가장 두렵습니다. 항상 말해왔듯이 여러분이 없으면 저도 없으니까요. 아미들, 내가 꿈을 이루면 나는 또 누군가의 꿈이 된다고 합니다. 여러분 모두의 꿈이고 싶어요. 그게 저의 역할인 것 같습니다. 아직 모르는 게 많고.
Again, another thing from RM that I like. Yes, you do become that. Because when you see where your idols are, you want to strive to become that no matter what you're doing. If you want to become a famous football player or whatever you're striving to be, yet someone else's dream, yes, does become somebody else's when you fulfill it. Because they're what you look up to. Now people are looking up to BTS and they want to be them.
True.
And they're putting a roadmap into what it takes to succeed. It's not a perfect roadmap.
No.
You got to get through so many different things to get to that point.
Yeah.
But they're still showing it.
서툴고 어벙대지만 점점 나아지는 모습으로 아미 여러분들이 자랑스러워하는 방탄소년단이 되고 싶습니다.
바쁜 스케줄 덕분에 몸은 지쳐도 저희를 응원해주시는 아미분들을 만날 때마다 힘이 됩니다. 아미 여러분들을 만나고 항상 웃고 긍정적인 사람으로 바뀌게 된 것 같아 고마운 마음을 전달하고 싶네요.
아미 여러분, 언제나 저희 옆에 성장하는 모습을 지켜봐 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
See, this just shows how much they care about their fans.
That's respect, man.
And it shows that their emotions are just, it shows how much that the fan support means to them. And the fans, it means a lot to them.
Yeah, for real. It's big respect.
When you can tell that your artist actually cares about the fan base that they have, and they're not just doing it for the money, and they're not just going through the motions, because eventually you get caught out when you're going through the motions. You can tell when some of these people aren't for the people. They're nasty, nasty people. But BTS, these guys, they all seem to be authentic. They care about very deeply about their fan base. They do not want to disappoint their fans at all. And for the most part, apparently, you can tell they haven't disappointed.
늘 사랑합니다, 고맙습니다라고 표현을 하려고는 하는데 그게 굉장히 어렵습니다. 사랑합니다.
제가 이런 여기 있으면서 제가 정말 어떤 사람인지 또 어떤 사람이 되어야 하는지 정말 많이 깨닫는 것 같고요. 그래서 저희한테 고마운 존재입니다. 또 진짜 더 열심히 할게요. 정말 감사합니다. 저희는 지금까지 방탄소년단이었습니다. 둘, 셋! 감사합니다!
감사합니다.
나가기 싫다.
발대기가 많이 무겁네요.
나가기 싫다.
2014년 12월 4일 진의 일지. 오늘은 내 생일이다. 새로운 가족들, 우리 방탄이들과 생일을 보냈는데, 와, 이 무엇보다 어떻게 연습실에 딱 들어오자마자 케이크 생일 축하.
Jin's the oldest, I believe, right?
I believe so.
I believe so. Arm's the leader, but Jin's the oldest.
I believe so.
I think Jungkook is the youngest.
I think Jungkook's the youngest, yeah.
See, we're getting it, guys.
We're trying.
We're trying.
한다고 이렇게 케이크를 붙여대더니
생일 축하드려요. 감사합니다.
우리 팬분들이 많은 편지와 또 메시지들을 보내주셨는데 정말 이렇게 많이 사랑받아도 될까 싶을 정도로 많이 축하해 주시고 또 태어나줘서 고맙다는 말을 많이 해주셨는데 그냥 감사합니다. 꼭 정말 더 많이 노력을 해서 절대로 실망시키지 않는 맏형, 방탄의 맏형 진이 될 테니까 더 지켜봐 주셨으면 좋겠다.
So the fans watch over him because he's the oldest, and the oldest watches over everybody else. So he hopes that, I think that's what someone told us before, that usually the oldest is the
lead, yeah.
네, 정말 뜨거운 함성으로 가득 찬 2013 멜론 뮤직 어워드 함께하고 있습니다.
네, 정말 2013년이 저렇게 뜨거웠구나라는 것을 다시 한번 느껴볼 수 있었고요. 지금 말씀드리는 순간 팬에서 방탄소년단인가요?
네, 2013 데뷔한 아주 핫한 신인이죠. 정말 패기 넘치는 모습으로 레드카펫을 걷고 있습니다.
자, 방탄소년단은 올해 데뷔를 하면서 정말 인기보다는 실력으로 승부를 하면서 다양한 이슈를 나왔는데요. 자, 그리고 방탄
I like that. They went over with their skills instead of popularity.
Yep.
People respected what they were doing, not how they looked. Their looks were secondary to their performance.
That's what's up.
When you let your songs and your skills, that's what people are falling in love with.
Yep.
More than how you look on the stage.
You're doing it the right way.
That's the right way. Because most of these groups, I'm sure it's instant, ooh, they look good, let me go see what they're about. This was, ooh, they sound good, let me go see what they're about. That's awesome when you can do that, because you generate way more, clearly, look what BTS has done.
Yeah.
Look at how their fan base has grown. It's because of the performance that they put on, the work ethic they show out, the respect they have for their fans. Just clearly you can see why they're going and where they're going to become.
방탄소년단의 팀워크가 얼마나 좋은지 알 수 있냐면요. 지금 7명이 쫙 섰는데 키가 다 똑같아요. 네.
당연히 못 봤죠.
야, 우리 당연히 못 봤냐? 참가상 뭐냐, 참가상?
참가상.
야, 끌려.
아, 진짜요?
우리 밖에서 멘붕일 것 같아. 우리 하기 전에
멘붕. 밖에 된 멘붕. 모르겠네요.
오늘도 못 입어도.
과연. 진짜 받으면 올 것 같아요.
2013 멜론 뮤직 어워드 신인상 방탄소년단 축하드립니다. 방탄소년단
축하드립니다.
So that was the first.
Jeez, man.
That
They
was
just
the
be
first.
coming right out the gate with that shit, man.
So they didn't even think that they were going to get it.
Yeah.
And then boom,
boom, boom. Ward after ward after ward.
Oh.
우리 아미분들, 아미 정말 너무너무 감사드리고요. 더 좋은 음악, 더 좋은 무대로 앞으로 더 찾아뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 부모님 사랑한다.
see what the worst part of all this stuff is? They were just used by the Grammys.
Yep.
Because clearly they should have won the Grammy. They easily should have won the Grammy that they were just up for.
Bruh.
And the fact that they had
scammies,
them,
man.
dude, the fact that they had them be the final performance because they knew everybody was going to tune in to watch until BTS performed. The only reason the Grammys numbers stayed where they were, and they were still the lowest in years, the only reason they got the numbers they were is because BTS was there and performed. Do you think they're going to be there to help them next year? Even if they're up for an award, BTS should tell them, I'm good. We're not going to perform.
Yeah.
After what you just put us through last year?
Yeah, scammies. They the scammies,
Nah,
man.
you know what they should do? The day the Grammys are going to be coming out, they should have a concert. I'm being dead serious.
Take the ratings away.
I'm being dead serious. The day that they're scheduled next year to have their the Grammys are going to be, presenting the awards, they should have a concert.
That's a good idea, honestly.
That's exactly what BTS should do.
That is a good idea.
Army, let me know what you guys think. I honestly think that would be a huge FU to the Grammys because nobody'd be watching the Grammys. Everybody'd be watching the concert.
Yeah.
And just to piss the Grammys off, make it free to view.
Now you talking, Vito.
Or make it so if they had to do a pay-per-view, make it so everybody could watch it. Find a way so that way people could watch it. That would be a huge FU to the Grammys.
Yep. Because they deserve it.
And I can't think of a bigger artist that could actually do something like that to actually make it to say, screw you, Grammys. And not even have them perform. But go and have great people perform. Whoever they want to have out there.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. That would be awesome. That is what I hope the Army. Let me know what you guys think, Army. Let me know if you guys think that's a good idea, if it's even worth it.
VJ 방탄 특공대와 함께한 저희의 이야기 어떠셨나요? 방탄소년단의 새로운 변신 앞으로도 많이 지켜봐 주시길 바라고 저희 VJ 방탄 특공대 여기서 인사드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
함께 갑니다. 핑크씨가 나옵니다. 방탄소년단 랩 가사 그것도 가봐야 증명하겠습니다.
Reflection. Okay.
야, 우린 방탄소년단 힙합하려고 모였다. 남다른 목소리로 대중들의 귀를 녹여마. We sweet like a syrup. 거짓말들은 싫어 진짜 우리 얘기들로만 가사에 꽉꽉 실어. 랩 가진 전국적인 오피지맨 한국 여자들은 우리 때문에 가기 싫어질 걸 이미. 그리고 여기서 랩하고 있어 1위. Yeah.
제이가 방탄소년단 몸으로 표현해주세요.
누나 좋아하지?
일단 매력 너무 넘쳐 19살 귀염둥이 보컬 내려가
I like that lyric. No matter what my haters say, I'm real for the music.
Yep.
Add in 1 second.
Oh.
Quality.
Okay, it's a short one. It's a short one. We're good.
And helps you stand out in the process.
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll leave it off right there.
All right, I enjoyed that.
That was another good one, man.
I'm enjoying the story so far.
For real.
I'm liking to see the rise and how they're coming through. It's obviously not a story. It's exactly their career arc.
Yeah.
But
I've enjoyed watching these, though. It's good to see artists come ups, man.
Yeah, I think that our next song reaction is going to be NO.
Yeah, we should do that one. Yeah.
I mean, Ian, you can put it on the poll.
I'm going to put it on the poll.
It might. I think that one might win.
I'll put it
it'll
on the
be
poll.
on the poll, guys.
We'll let the poll do the speaking.
We'll let you decide. Maybe there's something else you guys want us to do first. There might be.
But we enjoyed this one. So, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Like, comment, subscribe, blow us up. Y'all know what to do.
Armies, thanks for stopping in and spending some time with us today. Hit that notification bell. Give this a share because it does help the channel out.
Please and thank you.
Hey, We'll see y'all on the next one.
Later.